How was your day? How's work? How was your weekend? What's going on? How you doing? Wow, what a beautiful day. Oh, I believe that anybody can learn small talk. I did. Do you have to love it all the time? No, I don't love it, but I do it because it benefits my life. The biggest reason people don't like small talk and don't do small talk well is because we have no control. When we don't have control, we don't know if we're going to hit it off with people. And we don't have control, we hate that. So we just don't do it.
There are a bunch of fears or barriers in people's small talk habits. The first is that it's just too boring. We have lots of concerns about privacy, so that we're worried about asking more interesting questions of other people or disclosing things about ourselves that would make the conversation better. But we're worried that it's going to be too intrusive or too sensitive, or it's going to be too risky.
The best way to do that is to play the conversation game. From the beginning to the end, number one, be prepared. Introduce yourself, try to remember their name. It's very important in small talk. I'd never walk into a party, a wedding, a networking event, a job interview without 2 to 3 things to talk about. I call it free information. Here's some free information I have about anybody I talk to today. What are you looking forward to about summer? Like, what's your number one thing that you enjoyed the most about summer?
To start, just acknowledge that it's required, right? So let go of your dread and lean into this social ritual and think of it as a treasure hunt. The next level up is just medium talk. It's more tailored, it's more personalized. It might be about you or about the other person in terms of self-disclosure, or it might just be like, oh, we landed on a topic where you have really interesting expertise, or you seem really excited to talk about this. Let's dive into it because we found this treasure.
The best way to get to know somebody, ask them, what keeps you busy? So if I say what keeps you busy outside of volunteering for the food bank, you might say, well, I've got, 2 little kids and that keeps me running around. So now I found out something to talk with you about, but you've disclosed that willingly. And it's what I call in my book, digging in deeper. The other thing that I'm not doing, which I would suggest to everyone that they avoid, extroverts do this as well as introverts and ambiverts. People say, how are you? How's your project? How's your day? How's it going? What's new? And they don't mean it. So that's why we become so restricted in our conversation. We're not sure people really mean it. So dig in deeper with one more question to let people know you mean it.
Ending is the final topic switch. You're both deciding, oh, the next topic is going to be silence and we're going to walk away from each other. And coordinating that choice is very difficult. In fact, like almost no conversations end when either person wants them to. And in general, a good rule is that like ending it sooner rather than later is probably a good thing to do.
Well, even in business, it's very key to issue an invitation. Here's the invitation. It was very interesting learning about your company. I'd like to reconnect maybe in a couple months and see how it's changed. Would that be okay with you? The person's either going to say it's not going to work or, yeah, that'd be delightful. And then you ask for their text, their cell, or you ask for an email. So if you would like to create friendship in your life or business, you need to issue an invitation. The best way to lead people that I know of that works wonders is to use the white flag. It's what indicates in racing, car racing, it indicates to the drivers they have one more lap and then this is over. We're going to do that in conversation. So here we go. Show appreciation if you can. Gosh, your 6-year-old sounds quite accomplished. And then here's the white flag. I'm going to need to take off in a minute. I see 2 people I want to catch up with. But before I leave, tell me, what do you think the number one ingredient is to being a successful parent? Okay, you can get out of this with dignity. You can give people the white flag, let them know this is almost over. Because when people go like this, I gotta go, and then they go talk to someone else, it does hurt feelings. So do it with grace.
And the really comforting thing about conversation is that every relationship is a repeated sequence of conversation. So it doesn't mean it's the end, right? Even like 2 minutes later, you could text them and be like, hey, I forgot to mention blah, or thank you so much for asking me about this. I really enjoy it, right? You can follow up.
So that is the key to being a good conversationalist. It's not to change your personality or be the most vivacious person in the room or be so charismatic. We're not all born that way, and we shouldn't change our personality. What we should change is, if you want to succeed at this, invest time and invest energy, and you will succeed.